Hello, this is Mrs. Brooke, and today I'm going to give you a brief tutorial, or maybe it's just a reminder on how to use our Destiny card catalog system to find books that we have at either your school or any other school in our district. So I'm going to take you to start to sbhslibrary.com. Now, there are other ways that you can access Destiny. This is one that I just find to be the easiest. So, once you're into sbhslibrary.com, if you scroll just a little ways down the page, there is a link that takes you directly to Destiny. I'm going to click on that link. If it comes up with a login page like this, you don't have to do anything to log in. You can hit cancel. And then what you should have is a listing of all of the schools in the Meade School District that have Destiny as their card catalog system. So you can see the 3 elementary schools, the 2 middle schools, and the high school. So it doesn't matter which school you're at, you can use this the same way. I'm just going to click into Sturgis Williams Middle School. And it takes you to sort of a home page. There's a lot of different links on here, and we can explore those at a different time. Where I'd like to take you right now is to our catalog. So click on catalog up here to the left side of the screen, and it takes you into the screen with the search bar. Now, this is the same screen that the librarians can see. So when you come into the library and you ask us if we have a book, this is the screen that we pull up. So you see the same thing that we see, which means you can look up a book just like we can look up a book. So whether that means you bring your computer into the library with you, or you look it up in your classroom or at home before you come into the library, either way, you can do a search. So this is your basic search screen, and you can see that it's basic because right over here, it tells you that it is. And it just gives you this one search bar. Now, it does give you a couple of other things as well, like you can do a keyword search or a search for a title if you know the exact title of the book, or the author, or a subject, or a series. Also, you can see down here that you are looking right now only at Sturgis Williams Middle School to see if we have that book. And then there's some other options here as well. When we used to do accelerated reader, this came in really handy down here on the bottom. The location thing becomes important in case we don't have a book at this specific school. You may be able to find the book in a different school library. And in order to do so, you would click on Meade School District and have the location be Meade School District instead of simply your school. So I can show you the difference there. I'm going to go back to Sturgis Williams Middle School, click on that as the location, and then I'm going to look up Harry Potter. So I'm not going to do this as a keyword or a title or an author or a subject series search, just Harry Potter, and hit enter, and we'll see what we get. Okay, so this takes us to our search results page. It says we searched for Harry Potter in Sturgis Williams Middle School, and it tells us that we have 15 titles that have Harry Potter in it. That doesn't mean we don't have more copies. We might have multiple copies of one book, but we only have 15 titles. Over here on the right side of the screen, you can see how many copies we have of each book and how many are available. So Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, we have 2 copies, and both of those are available. Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, we have 1 copy, and we have 0 copies available. So if you click on that, you can see that somebody actually has that book checked out, and it is not due back until November 30th. A quick note on that, just because it's due on the 30th certainly does not mean that it is going to come back on the 30th. It would be nice if it did, which is why we push people to get their books in by the time that they're due, because there's always people looking for books. So I'm going to go back to search results. I'm going to continue to scroll down. You can see here there's 1 of 2 available, etc., all the way to the bottom. Now in each record, you should be able to see the call number. So the call number of this book is FROW. The F stands for fiction. The ROW is the last 3 letters, the first 3 letters of the author's last name. The location of the book in the SWMS library is in sci-fi fantasy, which is our blue stickers. So you would look along the blue wall, and you would look alphabetically for ROW. And then it also tells you that it is in the Harry Potter series and that it is book number 6. If you were interested in knowing its AR level, that information is here as well. You can click on the title of the book, and that is going to bring up more information about this book. So it gives you kind of some subject matter, when it was published, a little synopsis of the book, and some other things that you might be interested in finding. I'm going to go back to my search results again. So when you look this up, let's say you were looking for Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, you see there are 2 of 2 available. You know the location of this book in the library. You can come directly into the library and get that book for yourself. Let's say you were looking for Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, and you see that the 1 copy is checked out. You could come into the library and ask us if we could put that copy on hold for you, and we would have it up on the stand whenever it comes back in. Your other option, of course, is to do a search in the whole Mead School District for Harry Potter. So when I do a search for Harry Potter in the whole Mead School District, you can see that we have 40 titles available instead of the 15 that we just had at SWMS. And then when you look to the side now, you can see that some of these are going to say no local copies. What that means is that we don't have a copy of that specific book in the SWMS library, but another school has that specific book. So Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, 1 of 1 available off-site. If I click on that, it says that it is available right now at Sturgis Elementary School. So if you really wanted that book and we did not have that book available at SWMS, you could come in and ask the librarian if we could get that book from the elementary school for you. And then it usually comes within a few days, and we'll have it at the desk waiting for you when you come and ask for it. Okay, so back to searches again. I'm going to go back to the regular search, and I'm going to go back to just Sturgis Williams Middle School. So that's your basic search. Of course, there's other options up here as well. The one that I like to show is the power search, because it gives you a few more options. You have 3 search bars, so you can say that you're looking for a book about cats and dogs. I can do this, cats and dogs. Or maybe I don't care, it can be about cats or dogs. Or maybe I want it to be about cats but not about dogs. So that gives you a few more options there. You could also say I want a book about that the subject is cats, and I want, a certain word to be in the title. I don't know, maybe kittens has to be in the title. And you would say end, and then search. So this gives you a few more options, and this is really beneficial if you are doing research, and you're going to need a nonfiction book. This can come in really handy, or, maybe you just know the author, or you need it to be something and something else, or 3 things that need to be and, or not. So this is something that's kind of interesting to play around with if you are looking for specific kinds of books, and especially for research projects. Okay, there's a few more features in Destiny, but those are the basics. One that's kind of fun, I guess, is you can look up the top 10. So you can see the top 10 books that are checked out in the SWMS library, and sometimes that's nice if you are needing a book suggestion. So these are like the most popular books at the time right now. Pop back into library search and basic. So hopefully that's just a reminder for you. You've been taught how to use Destiny before. Just remember that it is something that you can do on your own, and that we as librarians do expect that you know this process, and that you can use your computer to do that process before you come into the library or when you come into the library. And then when you come up to ask us questions about where a book is located, we know that you have done the initial groundwork to look up that book for yourself. So our job is to be able to help you find those things, but your job is to also not be helpless and to understand how to use the system. So once again, that is just a brief tutorial reminder on how to use the Destiny card catalog system. So ask us. You can always ask us if you have any questions, and we are more than happy to help. Thank you.